Coach, there will be time for reflection, certainly as the season goes on, but for what might be the final time in the East Bay, it is opening night of the NFL season here in Oakland, California. The pregame festivities here in Oakland have to be seen to be believed. This crowd in silver and black, they are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with the Denver Broncos. Here's the former Auburn kicker, Daniel Carlson, to get this one started. And off we go from Oakland. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready, ready! 90 Wolf! 22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie, it's Phillip Lindsay. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Well, unless there's a postseason meeting later in the year, this is most likely the final time that the Broncos and Raiders will play in Oakland. Of course, so much history between the two since their inaugural season in the AFL back in 1960. Broncos and Raiders, they've been locked together in the same division, facing off twice a season. And this rivalry also stands as the most common pairing for Monday night games like we have here, 18 times, the most of any two teams. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsay. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. Greystone, travel. Go.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsay. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Locked to throw on 3rd and 1. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 25-yard line.
Well, he's looking sharp right from the get-go here. Tough division. They needed this kind of a start. But I think this is part of where scripting comes in. We always hear about the scripting of plays, how they're going to be called. Everyone dress rehearses their script, and right now they're following it to a T.
And for that opening drive, so part of the script still to come, right, partner?
Yeah, no doubt about it. We've got a ways to go with that, but you can tell that they worked on the script the entire week in practice, and it's paying off for them.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Locke. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 13-yard line. On 1st down, Lindsay. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. This will be play number 9 coming up on this relatively long opening drive as they look to convert on 3rd down. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties. And they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
Recon, 132 fighter. Kill, turn up. Look at me, zipper. Hey, Alpha, rock it. Check nine. Ready?
They're going with Lindsey. And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And this crowd loves it as their guys hold on the opening drive. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. Now a carry for Jacobs. And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
At the 16-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Bradley Chubb in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. It's fielded at the 45. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And last time they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
Hey, a simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. On 2nd and 10, Locke. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Cortland Sutton, 52 yards, as his guys are on the board first here tonight. The game had been pretty uneventful offensively until that big strike.
No doubt about it. Almost felt like they were just going back and forth a little bit in the first quarter. But in the second quarter, things ramped up a little bit. Things jumped up. And you're exactly right. Going to make a highlight film or two. We'll be watching that one later on today.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
We're good. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Slam. Check. 93.
From midfield, here's Carr. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack.
36. I got it. Later 9. Check 93. 99. Check 99.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Carr, the connection here with Nelson Aguilar.
Many teams, as soon as they spot man defense, if they haven't called a hitch, they'll get to it as fast as they can. They want to put the ball in the hands of one of their best playmakers and hope that he can break a tackle on the outside and go for it.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Allen. And now look at him go. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Extra point from McManus is good, and it's now 14-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He's got his man. It's Williams. Like Antonio Brown, Tyrell Williams came to the Raiders in March. Came up the coast from L.A., where he caught 41 balls last year with the Chargers. His best year was 2016 when the Chargers were still in San Diego. Over 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns, and the Raiders really have high hopes for this 27-year-old receiver. On 1st and 10, here's Carr going up top. And that's caught inside the 30. And he takes this in the red zone all the way inside Denver's 15. A big play that time for the Raiders, 47 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL. On 1st down, Carr. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Allen. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Here's the backup now, the former Badger, Melvin Gordon. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Watch the pass. X3, 218, jump.
They'll run here with Lindsey. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. I actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
Switch it. Who draw Corker?
From the 36, Locke. And down he goes, brought down a Raider sack. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
Go. 90, Wolf. Hey, Orvis. Hey. You're out. Dude.
Throwing his Locke on third down. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. 9 seconds to play, and likely the final snap of the first half as it's 1st and 10. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. This clearly the final play of the half, but no field goal attempt. They're going for it with 3 seconds remaining.
Here we go again. Here we go.
A final shot before half for Locke. Looking for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. So we have reached halftime here in the final game of opening weekend 2019. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Carl try it again on second down. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Isaac Yiadom in there to pick it. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
Set, ready? 18 Gator. Hey, eat. What's the run? Big grip.
They'll run on first down. It's Lindsey. Room here to run. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Well, we talked about Philip Lindsey so much last year, but it bears repeating. Undrafted in 2018. The Broncos would sign him in May, and that was a good decision. He would have a 1,000-yard season, 9 touchdowns en route to a Pro Bowl appearance. So from undrafted to... And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. from 21 yards away. And the Broncos turn that interception into a touchdown. And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now Carr. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A Raider first down, 17 yards.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
694. Hey, Charlie. Mike, 53.
Carr now on 1st down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 47. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
From midfield, here's Locke. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Max Crosby in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man.
Come on, set. 70, Indy. I got one. Hey, wahoo. Yep. Bring it. Hey, check right. Watch it.
On 3rd and long, it's Locke. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Man, there's a lot to think about when you're playing quarterback, isn't there? I mean, this is 3rd and long. So your chances of completing a pass for a first down are slim to begin with. And then when you put it into some traffic, you're really wreaking havoc with your options, aren't you? Maybe you just got to heave it into the, throw it up in the stands and make sure no one can catch it.
Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. Sliding out of the pocket. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Credit the sack to Von Miller.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that cuts this lead down to 13. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case,
and I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And he cuts it right into space. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Philip Lindsay, 75 yards. And the Broncos push further out in front.
Ready.
Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long.
Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. This is taken at the 3. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Mike, 53. Mike. Hey, high 7. Wide down. Get wide.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A big play there. Making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Raiders get a score closer. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've got to right the ship. They had a great first half, but the lead has really gone down. Now, you always talk about the adjustment to the adjustment. They've got to adjust right here. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Maurice Hurst able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Throwing on 2nd and long. Lock. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Hey, Foxtrot.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Lock. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the rookie from Clemson, Trayvon Mullen. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Back now in the East Bay. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the 4th. Carr now to throw. Being chased out left. That's going to be caught. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Darren Waller, 30 yards. As his guys are back within a single score. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's go.
They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. It looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves him with 7 yards to go on 3rd down. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A big play there. Making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Broncos push further out in front. McManus's point after is good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked.
And now here is another interception. Isaac Yiadom in there to pick it. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one good for 13 and a Denver 1st down. Here's Locke to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. We're holding on to the lead at this stage in the 2nd half. Those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But
that's caught inside the 20. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. A big play that time for the Raiders. 46 yards. Derek Carr, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks for the Raiders last year, and they only won 4 games total, so they've got some experience dealing with tight ones. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. But now it'll be 3rd down. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Carr to throw again. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A 14-yard touchdown as his guys are back within a single score. It's been quite the game for him individually. A trio of touchdown catches now.
So pick a route, any route. Whatever you want him to run, he's going to do it and do it well and end up in the end zone. This has really been fun to watch.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And the Denver Broncos are in for 6. A big-time special teams play here in the fourth quarter to extend their lead.
And coaches preach it all the time. If you can score on special teams, your chances of winning the game really jump up in a big way. Now, I'll let our analytics friends quantify it and give us the exact numbers, but that's what coaches talk about all the time, that extra momentum, that extra bounce you get from a special team score.
I don't have any analytics friends. Those are your friends.
I'll claim them.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
29. 29.
Throwing again. Carr. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. They'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. Carr now on 1st down. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
It's a party now. 6:37.
On play action, now Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. He's going to let it fly. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. Carr going to go on 4th down. Going to throw right side here, complete. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider 1st down. Here's Carr. And he's got it. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Darren Waller, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And the Broncos are going to get the football. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. After the sack on first down, Locke got a man open. It's Sutton. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. They'll actually throw it with Locke. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. On second down now, it's Lindsey. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Lock to throw. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. McManus now for the extra point. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead.
Makes the score Broncos 47, Raiders 35.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
We'll see if they go back to base. Carr again here on 2nd and 10. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for Denver, it'll be a happy trip home as they start the season with a road victory here on a Monday night. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Oakland, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew.